welcome to the Sacred Water. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Today is the first in the series of Earth, Air, Fire, Water. This is a reading that will be a little bit more in-depth than one big general one. Today we will be starting with Earth, so hopefully we will be able to see what each zodiac sign will have coming towards them in terms of the energy, and what we could possibly do about it, what to expect, and that sort of thing. Also, I am very happy to announce that pretty soon we're going to be having our first in the series of spiritual discussions coming up soon. Something to look forward to, definitely. A little sneak peek. It's all about manifestation and the moon, so that should be very fun and interesting. That being said, I hope everyone is doing well and that their April has started really well. We're going to take a look at and see where Earth is standing today and what to look forward to in the next coming month. So we're going to be starting with Taurus. Now, don't mind me, I'll be taking notes throughout the session just so that I can pinpoint the time of each one so that it will be time stamped below. Bear with me if it doesn't happen because I've never done this before, but we're going to give this a shot. So for Taurus, it's 1:45. There we go. So we're going to start with, I'm being called to this one. So, gods and spirits, please guide all beautiful Tauruses out there for this month. Please tell us what is to come for them and how to navigate the energies coming towards them. What is to come for Tauruses, please, gods and spirits? I am hearing be sure to take your time. I'm not sure what that means to somebody out there, but take deep breaths and take your time. Patience is going to be a virtue this month. Maybe you're being tested a little bit. We've got life purpose. Interesting. Yeah. This one, we've got justice. And what else is coming towards them? Gods and spirits. Let's guide beautiful Taurus in this month. We've got 2. Lighten your load. And empowerment. Beautiful. So, also I am invited to look at the bottom of the deck. It says answers. Now, it looks like a lot of you are having an interesting time, and know that even though it might be a little bit difficult, take your time, bear with it, breathe, answers are coming. I am getting also that there's something coming up this month, and possibly next month because it did want to come out that way. There's something to do with your life purpose. Either you are asking yourself, where is it that you're supposed to go? What are you supposed to do? You're having way too much difficulty and you're really stuck in a job that you don't like. All of these questions that are completely normal to everybody. Everybody is going to have them, and at least once in their life, if not several times, depending on how many times due to external circumstances you have had to sort of reinvent yourself. Especially if you've had to do that a few times, it might be very difficult on oneself, wondering what is it that we're doing wrong each and every time. But that's kind of the wrong thought to go about it. Is not that it was wrong, it was right at its time because of the energies and the circumstances that were external to you. So it might have been an appropriate response. Just because it no longer works and it no longer serves doesn't mean that it was wrong. There is also something to do with justice. So those of you that have been having any sort of legal troubles or any circumstance in which there has been an imbalance, there's going to be a rebalancing, a redistribution of energy and power. You are going to be getting your power back. This is the scales tipping back in your favor. I'm getting something about, please help me out here. Okay, yes. It's about lightening your load. So they're very much together. They're not a separate, they're not necessarily separate when it comes to the message, although for some of you it could be, but the rebalancing of the scales, for those of you that have rebalancing of scales in a different sense, not necessarily in the legal or in terms of contracts and that kind of stuff, there is that message for those of you that are dealing with those particular issues. But when it comes to energetic issues, they want you to bring more light into your life, and that also means this is very much the energy of the Ten of Wands. You have been carrying way too much weight on your shoulders. They want you to lighten that up. I'm also hearing lighten up in terms of sense of humor. So some of you might need a little bit of things have been too serious. It's time to sort of bring a little bit of lightness into your life in many different ways. So if you've been carrying things that are not yours energetically, or even doing things like extra tasks that are not meant to be yours, it's time for, if you've been doing it for someone else, it's time for them to start picking up the slack. You've been doing too much. You have obviously the weight of the world on your shoulders, and you need to lighten that up, because it's impossible to carry that for huge amounts of time. We are very good at endurance, especially us earth signs. We tend to do this a lot, but it's time to sort of take a lot of this load off of our shoulders. It's no longer a good thing for us to be taking on more and more and more and more and more. That expression of the straw that broke the camel's back, that's what I'm hearing. One more thing and your back will break. So start completing projects, you know, hand certain things off to other people if need be, delegate tasks. All of these things are going to be very very important, but necessary. Absolutely 100% necessary to do. Find ways to lighten your load this spring. There is a lot to do, and taking on more tasks is not going to be the answer. Taking them off your back is going to be absolutely 100% necessary moving forward. And this is going to give you empowerment. Is once you're lighter, there is going to be this sense of now I have more energy and time to not only dedicate to myself but others. because you've freed up that time. It's going to empower you to really be receptive to those answers that might be coming to you and will be coming to those that have been doing a lot of questioning about themselves, their life purpose. What is it that they're meant to do? So in your path, what is it that you're supposed to do? You will be able to get the answer, and you'll be able to hear them, because you will no longer be so busy that you can't hear them. Your guides are there with you, trying to tell you, and you've been so busy that you've not been able to hear them. You've been unable to connect with them in whichever way it is that you usually connect with them. So they want you to be empowered. They want you to be able to move forward in your life. And the only way to do that is to lighten up your load, to balance out your karmic scales, so that you are able to receive. You're going to be in a much more receptive place, which is going to allow you to finally hear the answers, see the answers, and be able to see and plan and have a good vision of where you want to go and what it is that you want to do. And remember, usually what it is that you want to do, it's usually the universe guiding you where you should be, because what you want wants you back. And in order to be having that empowerment to do it, you're going to have to be in a place where you're ready to receive. Very good. Let's see now for the tarot. This one. Okay. Gods and spirits, what else does Taurus need to know? What else does Taurus need to hear? Can you guide them for their highest and greatest good, please? Okay. Okay. High Priestess, Six of Cups. And if you're curious about the decks that I use in any given video, I am going to attempt to, if I remember, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to note down every single deck that I use throughout, and I will be leaving it in the box below in the description. Please, you know, if you have any comments, questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I will do my best to answer them as they come. Also, don't forget, this is a general reading for Taurus, but, you know, just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And if you resonate with me as a reader or as a healer, please don't hesitate. Just click the subscribe so that you never miss anything, especially with new series coming up. And yeah, just put the notification bell so that you are always notified. And hopefully I will see a thumbs up or thumbs out if you don't like it. I am always open to suggestions, and constructive criticism is always welcome, because we're always here to learn, and I'm here walking this path with you. So let's help each other out then. Okay, we have the Sun, the Page of Cups, the Hierophant, Queen of Wands. One more, please. The Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Now, with the Six of Cups here, this is usually about anything to do with the past. Okay, this is literally going into the past or something from the past that is being revisited, whether it be a person or event. Now, with the life purpose one and the answers card that was on the bottom of the deck, this tells me that there's definitely going to be a little bit of a review of your past, trying to find the answers of that which you didn't see at the time. That's what this High Priestess is telling me. There's something in the past that you didn't see at the time, whether it was a message or a lesson, but there's something else from the past that is at the moment unknown to you. But by going through life events and sort of thinking about what worked and what didn't, that which is unknown is going to make itself known. And it's going to be a very positive sort of review. This is also very, very important because we are heading into eclipse season. And with eclipses and also some of the retrogrades, reviews and sort of revamping or pouring a little bit of energy of change into something will be advantageous. Let's just put it that way. So doing a little bit of review, seeing what worked, what didn't, things will pop up. Answers will come to you. It'll put you in that receptive space where the answers you are seeking are going to be coming in many different forms. So at this point, when you are going through, be gentle with yourself. Just because it didn't work didn't mean that it was a bad idea. It just meant that either it wasn't the time or it wasn't for you. So, you know, anything that is sort of like a quote-unquote rejection is redirection and protection from something that was not really going to be of an advantage to you to do, whether at that time or in this particular lifetime, depending on what your particular path is supposed to be. Of course, if it was a dream that you've had since you were very little, that probably meant that either you weren't proceeding in the correct manner for you, or it was not the right time. So review of these particular events in your life will be very helpful to really understand what worked, what didn't, and why. These are part of the answers that are going to be helping rebalance some of these skills that we were talking about earlier, and also it will let you see if there are things that you're doing that you shouldn't be doing to, as we said, lighten your load. This in turn will give you the empowerment that you're going to need in order to see where your path lies and what steps you need to take in order to get there. Now, once you've done this review and you've gotten the answers that you were seeking, I'm getting that you will have a very generous offer or it's not exactly an answer what I'm getting. It's what's what's the word? Oh my goodness. I can see it in my head. It's not exactly an answer, but it is definitely like a vision or a sort of blessing. A blessing from your guides. If this is not an actual physical offer in the pathway that you have selected for yourself, in the pathway that corresponds with your North Node, then this will definitely be a blessing of sorts. With information, something is going to come to you that is actually going to be very helpful in giving you that direction that you're seeking. If, for example, you want to, I'm just going to pick something a little bit at random. If you want to open an online store, of whatever it might be, whether you want to do reselling, whether you want to do handmade pottery or jewelry or whatever, and you're not sure quite how to make that happen, you're going to see something either in the street, or a friend is going to say something, or you're going to see something online or on TV that's going to point you in the direction that you need to go in order to get the answers that you are seeking. There's definite big energies of guidance from the other side. They are literally going to be pointing out the way for you. You're just going to have to be in that receptive place in order to hear and see the different signposts that they're going to be leaving for you, like little breadcrumbs pointing the way in which you need to go in order to get the information that you need in order to proceed with your path. As a little bit of a outcome, I have the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. So whatever it is, it's going to get you really excited and really revved up. This is something that you are very, very passionate about, and they are literally going to be the ones that are going to be lighting that match. You might have been a little bit down because things had not worked in the past, or there are other events in your life that sort of have left you with a little bit of a bitter taste in your mouth because, you know, you had tried different things and they had not worked. Well, this is working. They have been leaving messages and signs for you in the past, and you have been picking up on them, but you haven't really taken them all that seriously, or you have taken them but sort of not gone with it. Well, now they're really going to be amping these up to really fire you up, to really sort of put that little flame in your belly to really get you going, to really sort of put you in this very happy and excited state, so that you can not only will you be receiving blessings because you have put yourself, as Abraham Hicks says all the time about putting yourself in the energy of what you want to attract. So they're going to be helping you do that, but also they are going to we've got a it's a little ladybug. I felt it on me. I thought it was something else. We've got occasionally little moths that come in, and I have to take care of them before they attack my little woolen sweaters and things. But that was a little ladybug. that seems to me that is one of, especially for those out there that you see ladybugs as a symbol of good luck. If you will be seeing them coming up, know that these are your guides, your ancestors, the universe, whatever deity you lean towards. These are the little signs that are saying, we're here. Hi, we're here with you. And we're here to guide you, so keep your eyes peeled. There is a little bit of a signpost coming up, so keep your eyes peeled. Make sure that you're paying attention so that you can get the information that you need. So that's a little bit of a heads up. So if you start seeing ladybugs, you know they're starting to talk to you and you have to pay attention. And they're telling me with the Seven of Pentacles that this will be worth it. All the time that you have spent, all the heartache, all the headaches, all of the hard work that you've put in terms of trying to put yourself in the proper path and have the abundance that you want and the life that you want. All of that hard effort that you've put in, even though those particular ventures or things have not been successful, all of that will have given you tools and knowledge that will be worth it. All of the road that you have walked will be worth it. So don't give up. I know that you probably are tired at this point. You're probably fed up. There probably is this feeling of just, I can't do it anymore. I am exhausted. And they're saying, take your time, breathe. This is a little bit of an endurance race. It's not really a race, but life is a little bit of a exercise and endurance for sure. But just take your time, breathe, try to lighten your load as much as possible. Delegate, 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 delegate. Finish projects so that you can tick those off the list and they're no longer weighing on you and weighing on your mind, keeping you up at night trying to figure out how you're going to do this, that, and the other and try to fit it all in less than 24 hours because at some point you have to sleep as well. So breathe. I know because I'm in the same boat. I'm a Taurus too. So this is as much for you as it is for me. Take your time, breathe. I know that there has been a lot of work and there's probably still more work ahead, but try to delegate, try to lighten your load. Take your time. You're going to be empowered by all of this because the effort is going to pay off. Okay, let's see. Some parting words of wisdom for Taurus. Okay. Okay. Some parting words of wisdom for Taurus, please, gods and spirits. Can you please tell them what they need to know? Advice for them for April. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Thinking woman. Now, of course, this is neither necessarily this is just the energy. It's a female energy, but this could be man or woman. Take your time to think. Remember, this is about reviewing what has worked and what hasn't and why, to understand and get the answers that you did not see at the time, but there are now being revealed to you. So take your time to do the review. You're going to get the answers that you seek, and make sure that you are paying attention, because your guides are going to be putting out pretty big signposts for you to follow in order to head towards your North Node. What is that? Is your life purpose? What are you supposed to be doing? So this is the perfect time to be doing that. Strategy. It's going to be very important to strategize and really formulate a plan, especially once you get the information that you need in order to put a plan together, an action plan of the next few months, to understand what is it that you're going to be doing each and every step. If you're a planner, this is fantastic for you. This is absolutely what you should be doing once the answers come to you. Once you have all the information that you need in order to proceed, planning will be essential. For those of you that are like me, who don't really like planning much, like to sort of have a vague idea and just go with it and see where the energy takes you, well, it might be a little bit useful to flesh it out a little bit more before you take steps ahead, especially when it comes to delegating and lighten up your load. Doing your due diligence will be helpful. Try, for example, if you have projects that are house related and you need a handyman or a contractor of some sort, make sure that you do your due diligence, you slow down, you really think about what it is that you want, and you're prepared to present that to them, and you tell them, okay, I want to quote based on what I want, and this is what I want. So crossing your T's, dotting your I's, making sure that you have everything lined up is going to be very important, because when these are done and they're done right the way you want them and need them to be done, that will definitely be a weight off your shoulders. So, very important, do your due diligence. Cornucopia. Now, because you're doing all of this review, because you're going to be putting yourself in a receptive place, and you're going to be listening and having your eyes and ears open to the information that you need, and your guides and your ancestors and all your whole spiritual team are going to be there rooting for you and lighting up that fire in your belly and putting you in that space of loving what you want and loving what you need to do, and just being completely and totally happy and inspired with your plan and what your newfound goal and purpose is, and knowing what the steps are. You're going to be in a much calmer space, you're going to be in a much happier space, and you're going to be in a energetic space that is going to be bringing abundance towards you in all the senses of the word. So you are going to be in a much better place for it. So that's what I've got for you today, Taurus. I hope that resonated with you. So if it did, please leave a like, a share, a subscribe. Ring the notification bell so that you know when I upload my next video. Yeah. Please come back soon. I'll be putting up more videos. There's more videos coming up, especially of the new spiritual series. So I hope to see you there, and have a blessed day. Blessed be. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome, welcome. Let's see what your cards have for you and what your spiritual team has for you this month. Let's see where we're headed. Gods and spirits, can we please get some information about the energy that is surrounding Capricorn, please? Can you please tell us what they can expect now in April? Let's get some guidance for Capricorn. I'm hearing be gentle with your speech. I don't know who needs to hear this. Sometimes we're not always the gentlest of people when we speak, especially if we have very strong opinions about something. So just be very, very gentle. That's what I'm hearing. Be gentle. Don't be as sharp-tongued as you as you can be sometimes. I'm not trying to have any bad but thoughts or anything. My grandfather was a Capricorn. He could be the sweetest person or he could be the sharpest person. So it's nothing against Capricorns. I just, I from experience, that's what most Capricorns I have met, they have been, they usually go from one to the other. So what I'm hearing is be gentle with your words. I don't know why this is important at this particular time, but we shall see where we go. So Capricorn, the first thing I get is Gaia with nurturing. So there is this sense of you have been pushing very hard and working very hard on something very important to you. And they want you to take a little bit more time to nurture yourself and take a little bit of time to nurture those around you, those that are important to you, your friends, your family. And this goes as well for the little four-legged furries or, you know, feathered, whichever little animal companion you've got. They're always part of the family, so those are going to be very important to take time to nurture them as well. I am feeling that there is been this lack of really thought of yourself. There has been this constant feeling of go, 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 work, 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 really working yourself hard to the bone. And they're telling me that you need to take a few steps back and take some time for yourself. Take some time to really nurture yourself, nurture others, and nurture your connections. It almost feels like you've had this time where they have been there, but you haven't really been tending to them. I almost feel like the image I'm getting in my head is kind of like that little flower pot with a little plant inside and it's needing a little bit of water. That's sort of the energy that I'm getting right now. So it'll be very important to really tend to these. These are going to be proving very important to your future, to your well-being, because others are very important to you, but I get the feeling that you have been sort of locked in this work mode for a good long while. For some reason, you have been really entrenched in work, and they want you to sort of take a step back and really take care of yourself, take care of those that you love around you, and really nurture those relationships that sort of have been left to the back burner a little bit because of whatever project that you have been really almost single-mindedly working on. They're telling me also with ceremony and invocation that for those of you that are spiritual of any kind, it will be very important to take in moments, especially with those around you. Sort of celebrate. Take moments to celebrate and make a big deal out of those really beautiful moments that you're spending with others. So whether it be date night, a birthday, Easter is happening right now, you know, whatever it is, it will be it would be a good idea to really make these moments special. Turn them into, I'm hearing pomp and circumstance in my head. So ceremony is not necessarily just about holidays and making rituals out of these. It's also, ceremony can be anything in your life. For example, even taking a bath could be turned into a ceremony, could be turned into something that is spiritual, something that has that pomp and circumstance. These will help cement a lot of the relationships that you have. So by taking time to nurture these relationships, nurture yourself and others, and turning these moments into something really great and special, it doesn't need to take a lot of money or time, but it will be very important to really go through this this, I was gonna say motion, but that's not the right word. It'll just really sort of reinvigorate the relationship that you have with others. It will not only give you great memories, but it will also actively cement these relationships that you have with others. So if you have been working so hard that you haven't really had time to spend with those that you love, make sure that you are taking the time to do so. This in turn will bring a lot more blessings into your life, because if everybody is sort of clicking together and being very happy, and you're making merry and making really giving importance to your relationships and everyday interactions with the people that you care about, does bring this this energy of well-being, of blessings, of love and light. Oh my goodness, it's getting really dark here. Just a second. Won't be long. There we go. So that being said, let's get into your tarot. This one. Let's see what else is there for Capricorn. Gods and spirits, can we please guide Capricorn about the energies that are coming in for them this April? like I said earlier, this is not about pigeonholing Capricorns in any way, shape, or form. I know that there are many different ones out there, and depending on what other influences they have in their chart, they're going to be reacting differently. This is just my particular experience about them, that they tend to be a little sharp. So I am still hearing being gentle. But it's not just with your speech and the way you sort of communicate with others your particular very strong opinions, which is an earth trait. So it's not just the Capricorns. I am a Taurus. I do that. I am very vocal about my opinions. So it's not just them. But with all their relationships, there needs to be a softening that needs to take place. And there needs to be there is definitely that need to focus on more on your relationships, your interactions with others, more so than work. That's what I'm hearing right now. But let's see what else is there for you, Capricorn. Gods and spirits, can we please get some guidance for Capricorn, please? Interesting. Okay. High Priestess. I'm going to need one more, please, to clarify the High Priestess. Okay, and one for the Eight of Cups, please. Okay. Pentacles and the Emperor. Okay. So, I am seeing here that there is definitely a need for showing more your softer side and your brighter side to others. Maybe this is something that you've been sort of shielding a little bit, depending on your circumstances, depending on what it is that you do for a living. Sometimes we feel that this is not appropriate to show, it's too personal. But there's definitely going to be a need to start showing more your sensitive side and your brighter side. The reason being is that I have a feeling that with this Page of Wands, I have a feeling that this is a new person coming in for those that are single. And they are going to be a very passionate kind of person. They're going to want to see that you have this softer side. It's especially if you want to appear, you know, in control, very grounded, very sturdy, very reliable. These are all great traits. And I have a feeling that they're going to be liking these traits. However, they want to know that this softer side is there. Something, it's about compatibility. But just because that you guys might be a little bit different doesn't mean that it wouldn't work. Opposites attract. But there's got to be something there that will gel you two together. There's got to be that little spark, that little something that brings you two together. So showing them what your passions are, what your hobbies are, what you like to do. This is going to be very important to them to know, because while they'll know right away that you can take care of business, you have everything under control, you're a very put together person, they want to know what's inside. They want to know that that you're an approachable person. Once you let them know who you are on the inside, not just who you are on the outside, and not just what you do for a living, you're going to find that you're going to be very successful with this person. You guys are going to be able to foster and grow something really, really beautiful together. This is a matter of walking away from old patterns that might have served you in the past. This tight-laced, controlled person, you're going to have to leave some of that behind. I'm not saying drop it all together. I'm just saying that there are appropriate moments for this kind of energy. But when it comes to interpersonal relationships, this isn't always the best course of action. So for those of you that are single and you're meeting a new person, this will be the best thing for you if you really like them and you want to see where it goes. If you don't want them to be turned off by it, leave some of this at the office. This is great for the office. This is great for balancing a budget, sort of managing a project. All of these things are great. And the fact that they chose you and said yes, they see this and they know already that you are a person who can be relied upon, who can be there, who can take care of business and take care of themselves and take care of others that they love. And they know that you can do it, and they can do that with you and for you as well. So that both of you are going to be in equal standing. But they want to see that there's more to you than this. Show them that softer side. That way you can avoid heartache. For those of you that already are in a relationship, this might be your other half, your partner, asking to see more of that softer side of you. They're missing it. And they're probably going to be demanding to see some of your other side as well. Your lighter side, your lighter hearted, spend good quality time with them and have fun with them, not always be business oriented or always being the business manager and that kind of thing. It's time to shelve some of that. Leave the work at the office, at home. Be present. You're not seeing this right now, which is why it's being presented to you. The spirits are your spirit guides are really telling you, leave the work at office. When you're at home, be present. Be present with your loved ones. Be present in the moment. Because these things are important. They might seem little, but it'll be important to make pomp and circumstance. Out of every single little bit, be nurturing, be kind, be gentle, be softer, be more who you are on the inside. Remind others that you're not just this straight-laced person, that there is a softer side to you. And those that are lucky to be in your inner circle are the lucky ones that get to see the gooey center. The person that you really are inside. Those are the ones that are blessed with seeing the true part of you. So I'm also getting the card of Creator. Now, I have a feeling that this is a critical moment to really think about walking away from this particular pattern. Make a habit of it. To be present in your everyday when you're at home or hanging out with friends or with your family, or with this new person that is, if this is a new person coming into your life and someone that you want to have a relationship with, is going to be very important. I don't know if this is a love relationship, or is it a mentorship relationship? Is it one of your children? Whoever it is, they have a very youthful energy about them. And they are very passionate. They are very passionate. And they want to see that in you. They already know this about you. They already know that you can balance the budget. They already know that you have everything under control. That you can take care of business and you can take care of everything. They already know this. You're going to have to separate yourself from this behavior, this pattern, this energy, so that you can avoid this. They're wanting to see more of you, not the CEO portrayal of you. They want you. So, if you manage to do this, then you're going to be creating something completely different. Instead of this, you will be creating more of this. And this is what you want, not this. All right, let's get a few cards of parting messages for Capricorn. Is there any parting messages for them? Please guide them for their highest and greatest good. A few parting words of wisdom. Courage. Truth. And blessings again. There we go. Capricorn. They're saying to be courageous. You might have gotten comfortable in that particular role, in that particular CEO type portrayal of yourself. And it's going to take courage to take that mantle off and really show your true self to that special inner circle, that lucky inner circle that gets to see who you truly are. It's going to take courage and it's going to take practice, but you can take it off. You can take that mantle off, put it on the peg rail for when you need it for work, and be your true self when you are with your loved ones. So take courage. You can do this. Your spirit team is telling you you can do this. It'll take courage, but you can do this. Truth. So show your true self. This is the truth that those around you are craving. This is the truth that you've kind of forgotten about yourself. This is the truth that you've probably had to put in the back burner, sort of forgotten. You're going to have to bring it out, dust it off, and review it. See it for yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and really, truly see who you truly are. I think you've forgotten it. You've been so busy, so focused on projects, work, really working yourself down and, you know, nose to the grinder. It's time to come out of that. Leave the work at work, and at home be present in the moment. If you're able to do that, many, many blessings are going to be coming to you. It's going to require work. It's going to require courage. It's going to require you stepping up. It's going to require you to really look at yourself in the mirror and say, who am I? It's not an easy thing to do. Look at yourself in the mirror, straight in the eyes, and figure out who you truly are. It's not an easy thing. It's uncomfortable. But it is something that pays off. It pays off. It brings success. Because if you show yourself more of who you truly are in your interpersonal relationships, that will start bleeding through a little bit in your work. But I think it'll be to your advantage. Because they're going to see that you're a human being, not a work machine. That there's more to you. That makes you more complex. That means that they can't necessarily get away with some of the stuff that has been giving you headaches, probably stressing you out, probably why you have felt that this need to be totally and completely in control, being guarded all the time. This is almost like a mantle of protection. But if you're able to do that, you can find a different way to protect your gooey center. There are better ways of doing it. Putting up a shield all the time like that and pretending to be all the time a person that we're not on the inside might not bring the best out of others that you're trying to lead. Will not bring the best out of others that are around you that you love. So if you can go through this transformation and it will really pay off in the end. Like I said, it'll take courage. It'll probably take a lot of work. It'll probably take a lot of reflection and review to find out who you truly are. This passionate person, this person that can be soft and gentle and very loving, as well as strong. If you show your true self and you operate from a heart-centered space, there is a different kind of strength from that. You no longer need this energy because you're protected by a different type of strength. So take heed, take heart, find out who you truly are so that you can share that with others, especially those that you love. It's time to drop that persona. Find strength from the heart, from who you truly are, instead of the persona that you have built for yourself. Do that first with those that you love, with whomever this person is. The one with the very fresh, young energy. They might not necessarily be young, depending on who this person is, I guess. Is it your child? Is it your spouse? Is it a new love coming in? Is it a family member? Is it a, if you're doing mentorship, like the big brothers or sisters, someone that looks up to you? I don't know who this is to you. You will know. They want to see that there is more to you than that persona that you have built for yourself as a protection or shield. You no longer need it. If you know who you are and you rediscover that for yourself and start operating from a heart-centered space, you're going to be successful in your interpersonal relationships, in your life. Blessings are going to come to you because you're no longer in, this is almost like resistance. It's a resistant energy that's no longer serving you. Walk away from it. You'll avoid a whole lot of hardships. Open up to yourself. Open up to the ones that you love. And that will reflect and translate into something else. You're going to be recreating this persona. You're no longer going to be a character of yourself. You're going to be your true self. You're going to be creating the image of who you truly are. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. So that's all I have got for you today, Capricorn. I hope that resonated. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'm always open to constructive criticism. If you have any ideas of things that you would like to discuss for the series of that I'm making for the spiritual series, I am proud to announce that the first one is in the works. It's going to be about manifesting with moon phases. So it's going to be really a lot of fun and interesting. So if you got any ideas or any questions about particular practices in the spiritual path, I am glad to discover them with you if I don't know about them, or, you know, sort of review them with you if I have done them before. Maybe there's new information, you never know. That being said, I hope that you have a blessed April. If you have resonated with me or the reading, please give me a thumbs up, down if you didn't like it or it didn't quite resonate. If you resonate with me, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss the next videos that are going to be coming up. There's going to be a lot of good material coming soon. And yeah, please leave a comment, share, subscribe, and blessed be. Okay, now we're going to be doing Virgo. So give me a minute to tidy up the cards from Capricorn's reading. Now remember, these readings are general, so if these don't particularly resonate, please look at your rising signs, as well as your sun signs, rising signs, and your Venus. So one of those will probably resonate more than the other depending on your personal chart. So let's dive in, Virgo. Here we go. Gods and spirits, can you please guide beautiful Virgos? And what is to come for them this April? What is headed their way? Gods and spirits. Okay, Virgo, let's hear where we go. I'm hearing, please be attuned and pay attention. Please be attuned and pay attention to many. I'm not sure what that means. I'll leave you guys with that. Let's see what is to come for Virgo this month. One more, please. Okay, too many. This one, yes. Okay. Let's see what the first one is. Okay, the 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. Now, this has to do with your crown chakra. I guess that's what they mean by be attuned and listen. You're being guided by Metatron himself. That is amazing. This is part of he's being part of your spiritual team. He is presenting himself to you at this time. There is something very important they want you to understand about your skills. You're probably more of a sensitive than you know. And you have probably been using this skill of being able to hear the ancestors, hear your guides, but you might not have realized where this was coming from. You probably were thinking that these were just random thoughts popping in your head and you have either followed them or have not. But you probably have been relying on the 6th sense for a very long time and very, very hard. But they want you to really pay attention and understand where this is coming from, because they want you to start developing a lot more of these skills. The reason being that, and it looks like I am particularly speaking to those that are just entering the spiritual path. Although there is information here that will be very good for the rest of the collective of Virgo. But this particular message is for those that are just realizing that there is a spiritual side to them, and that there is that the information that they have been getting were not just random thoughts and ideas and things that were just popping in their head. That they really were communicating with spirit, and they want them to realize that they have this gift, and it's time to be ready to really connect with spirit and your spirit guides and your spirit team, and really start using these skills, because whatever it is that your particular skills are, they have a healing quality. So it's time to step up as a healer. If you haven't realized that you were a healer, whether it be through the Reiki, crystal therapy, color therapy, aromatherapy, or, you know, if you were in a more traditional setting like therapist, or even just a good listener to your friends and family, you have been doing a lot of healing work without noticing. You're a light worker, and it's time to step into that. It's time to acknowledge this about yourself, and it's time to really step into these gifts. I am hearing every single light worker is needed. We're entering a very interesting phase of human history and human development. We're entering the time of Aquarius time periods. I'm not exactly sure. I just know that this is coming up, and this path of enlightenment is really stepping up a gear, and a lot of people are starting to wake up. A lot of people are starting to become more aware of themselves, more aware of their spiritual gifts, more aware that they're more connected than they thought. A lot of people were very much into the, if I can see it and I can touch it and I can taste it, it's real. But they don't realize that there's a whole different side to life that has been influencing them or trying to influence them and to push them into the right direction. And a lot of these people are waking up now. And they're going to be needing guidance. Right now, the person, these particular people I'm talking to, they have begun that journey. They have begun to really notice and realize who they are, their gifts. And they need to step into them, because every single light worker is needed for healing in many different ways. Whether it is by bringing the truth, bringing messages to others through mediumship, through cards, through runes, through any particular medium that you resonate with, does not matter. Healing comes in many different forms, and you are a light bringer, so bring the light. Step into your purpose, your north node, and your path. Become who you were born to be. A lot of this might seem like it's coming out of the left field, especially with the adjacent possibilities. This might not have been something that you probably were aware of. You didn't realize that this was, that you could actually make a living walking right into and doing your North Node. That's probably bad grammar, but you know what I mean. Stepping into your purpose. A lot of people think that, you know, doing spiritual work is probably best left to on your time off as a hobby, that you can't make a living out of it. And that's not really true. By opening up to your healing abilities, to stepping up and really falling into who you were supposed to be, this opens up a whole host of possibilities that you weren't even aware were possible, that you weren't even aware of that existed. And all of these are going to be bringing in and opening up finally that door to all of these beautiful blessings, monetary blessings. So there's abundance coming in. There is probably abundance in relationships. There is abundance of a higher quality of life, because you are stepping into your gifts. You're really hearing the call and stepping into what you're being called to do, what you were born to do, what you were brought to this earth to do. Guides, healers, mystics, shamans. Anyone that's in the spiritual path that knows how important this path is, to really understand what you were born to do, what you came into this earth to do, and really walking towards it. Well, right now I'm speaking to the Virgos that are going through that realization for themselves and realizing that their skills really make them light workers. And they're here to do the job of healing in whichever way it is that they do it in. This is what opens the doors to the possibilities you didn't think that existed, that were even possible, that was, I'm hearing the word true. I don't know why. Maybe some of you Virgos out there thought that these were just fantasies and that it was not real or not possible. Well, guess what? They are. And these are the ones that actually open up the door to prosperity. especially if you have been struggling for a very long time, didn't know where you fit in, what you were supposed to do, and every time you tried something, it was not bringing any results. This is why. Because you weren't listening before. You didn't hear it. You didn't see it. Well, now you're hearing the call. Now you understand, because you might not have understood. And that's okay. I mean, we all have our own particular path to walk, and we don't always hear and see our paths from the get-go. There is a lot of sometimes stumbling in the dark. There's a lot of self-discovery that needs to happen. There's a lot of trial and error that needs to happen sometimes. Sometimes we just stumble across the answer. Sometimes we're guided specifically towards it in a very obvious way. Whichever that way was for you, now you know. Now it's time to step into that role, step into those shoes, step into who you were born to be, and that's going to lead you in the path that you need to be in. For your own health, for your own prosperity, for your own spiritual path, and to be a guide for others. That's a very big message, and it should not be taken lightly. If people are going to be looking up to you, you're going to have to really know what it is that you're talking about. I'm hearing you have very big shoes to fill, so you might as well grow your knowledge to make sure that the shoe fits properly. So if you're just getting into this and you don't know much about it, but you know and you feel that this is right and this is really resonating with you, it's time to hit the books. Maybe find someone who you resonate with to be a teacher. I'm actually hearing that a teacher is going to present themselves to you. This is part of these left field possibilities that are going to be popping up for you right now. A teacher will be provided to give you the knowledge that you need in order to move forward. That's big, you guys. That's very big. Now let's see, where are we going? Okay. All right. Gods and spirits, can you please guide Virgo in this very, very big month for them? What do they need to know for their highest and greatest good? I'm hearing ground. You're going to need to be very grounded, because a lot of the work that's going to be coming up is going to be the last two chakras, the highest chakras in the chakra column. And it's going to leave you feeling a little lightheaded, disconnected maybe. So it's going to be very important to be grounded, so that there isn't that feeling of disconnect. Yeah, a lot of grounding. So if you're in a warmer climate and you can do that, take off your shoes, put your feet on the ground for a few minutes. Meditation probably will be a good one. Holding a grounding crystal and just sitting with it. Doing some breathing exercises can be a very good one as well. So see what it is in your practice that helps you ground and center. It's going to be very important to keep doing these exercises because there's going to be major opening of the third eye and crown chakra. There's going to be a lot of information coming in. There's going to be a lot of downloads, a lot of intuitive understandings, and it's going to be very important to be very grounded and centered so that you don't feel out of balance with it all. Okay. Five of Wands. What does Virgo need to hear? What do they need to know for April? Please guide them, gods and spirits, for their highest and greatest good. What do they need to know about the energies coming towards them now in April? Okay. Can we get two for the outcome, please, gods and spirits? Okay. Can I get a clarifier for the Ten of Wands, please? One more, please. So, right now, there is this feeling of inner conflict. Literally like you're fighting multiple dragons. Probably because this feels incredibly overwhelming. The realization of what your skills are and what you're supposed to do with them and who you're supposed to be in this life, it's a major challenge. It can be a lot to take in, especially if you're getting lots of downloads at the same time as you're just realizing that those random thoughts, that those great ideas weren't just random thought processes and the result of lots of study or whatever, that there really is another channel through which this information is coming in, and that channel is really being amped up because you need to step into a big role, because you and your abilities are needed. So it is overwhelming. It is a lot to take in. However, Spirit is letting me know that you can do this. You're going to have this under control. You're going to have this. You're going to be getting everything that you need to know. You're going to learn everything that you need to know. You're going to have everything, every tool at your disposal. You're going to have someone that's going to be coming in to help you out, to guide you, to teach you the ropes, as it were. You're going to have this down like a boss. You are totally going to have this under control, it is not going to be a big deal once you start getting over that first sort of sticker shock moment. Like, I am what? Excuse me? I'm supposed to do what? It can be a little hard to hear, and sometimes if you haven't always known that you were supposed to be doing something of the sort, and you really were navigating through life in a particular way, this might be a little bit of a shock. No doubt about it. But you got this. You can totally do this. Now it is going to be time to really sit down with the Three of Wands. There's going to be a real need to sit down and make plans so that you know what it is that is coming up. This is going to help bring down the anxiety of what am I doing, where am I going, what's happening. Bring it down into a manageable plan. If you are in need of figuring out what being a light worker is to you, and figuring out what all of your skills are, make a plan what it is that you think you should do. If you are a little bit of more of an independent person and you like doing self-studies, get books on a particular subject that you are interested in. Chances are you're being guided towards that particular path. For me, it was learning paganism first. Literally, a book dropped on my head when I was at the bookstore. Kid you not, it dropped on my head. There was no one around. It literally dropped from the top of the bookshelf and hit me in the head. This was Spirit guiding me towards where I needed to be. First was my spirituality, working on myself, working on my connection to deity, and all of these things became very important to me. Learning about different tools of divination, learning about the healing arts of different kinds. I was always very interested in potions, as it were. So, you know, finding out about herbs and how to work with them as medicine. This became part of my journey, not only to help heal myself, but my loved ones as well. So that means that if I want to do it for a larger amount of people outside my family and friends, then I would have to take courses, which I do plan on doing. Other forms of spiritual healing, Reiki, crystal healing, and all those, I was guided towards those. These were part of my interests. What did I do? I looked into courses. A lot of these courses happened during COVID, so they were online. I am the type of person who is rather independent in the way she gathers information and starts learning about it. So this was a perfect way for me to do it because I didn't have that, what I would call the overbearing presence over this shoulder. That was something that I was not interested in having. But if you need a more controlled setting and you need that sort of incentive of making sure that you get to the place, that you have the book in hand, that you have the person that you can on the spot ask questions to, then sign up for courses somewhere local to you so that you can make that part of your routine, part of your plan. So whatever it is that you are interested in when it comes to being a light worker or a healer or a mystic or a shaman, these are all part of their guidance to you, in which probably is the best way for you to foster your your skills into becoming who you're supposed to be. So make a plan, decide what it is that you want to do, where's your focus, head towards it, and really plan out so that it is manageable, so that you understand each and every step. This will bring down the anxiety. This will make it manageable. This will make it so that you are totally in control of every single step. It's going to require a lot of hard work, but I don't think that you're going to be averse to it. Us earth signs are very hard workers. Not to say that the other signs are as well, but because we're rather fixed. Like Earth is almost unmovable, except for earthquakes, of course, but we're not even going to discuss that. We're not averse to hard, strong work, especially when it is something that we're passionate about, something that we're really good about, something that is innate to us. They're a part of our gifts. They're part of our skills. And we just dive right into it. Once you start doing that, the ball is going to start rolling pretty quickly. You'll get used to the idea. You will be able to have a more concrete idea of what it is that this means to you and how you're going to proceed forward. This is going to really go quickly. The ball will start rolling. You know where you're going. You know where you're headed. You're going to be working on it. And then the only thing that you're going to be left in deciding is how you're going to implement that in the world. What is going to be your path after you've gained the knowledge and the information? That's the only thing that's going to be left at the end once you've gone through all of it. Choosing how you're going to do this. Are you going to open a practice as a healer, a shaman, a mystic? Are you going to do, like me, YouTube? Are you going to do a combination of both? There probably are other platforms that might present to you that might be more appropriate to you. Are you more of a writer? Then you write books and get the books published and diffuse the information that you have learned and put together. Is it a podcast? Is it a radio show? Whatever it is, it'll be personal to you. And you'll be able to choose the best platform in which to bring forward your skills, your gifts, your light into the world. And begin your healing of others through this work. It's going to be very important also to note that right now, especially feeling the way you do, you're at this moment in time, you're probably not seeing which way to go. You're probably having a lot of anxiety over it, and you feel like you're going to be stumbling in the dark. Like I mentioned before, there's going to be a teacher that's going to be brought to you. There's going to be someone who is going to lead you in the right direction. Whether it's someone that you hear on TV, on a video, on YouTube, whether it's something that you stumble across, or, you know, an actual teacher that either you seek out because you find out about them, or you will meet each other in a particular way, so that they will be presented to you at the right time. So know that there is no need to feel like you're being left out in the cold, or that you are going to be left floating without anyone to guide you. No. There's someone that's being presented to you. And all the information that you need is going to be presented to you at the right time as you go through your path. Everything is going to be presented at the right moment. When you have sufficient background for each and every step, more information will be presented to you. And if everything is going to be manageable, and if there are questions, you will be able to ask them of that particular person, that particular teacher. That teacher is going to be presented to you at the right time. So right now, the best thing that you can do is sort of sit down and try to figure out for yourself, what are your skills? What are you interested in? The rest will sort of start taking care of itself. Everything will start slotting into place at the right time. So that is that. What? I think I'm going to do this one. We're going to do some parting information, some important, judging by all of this, everything that has been presented today for Virgo has been very, very important, rather heavy reading. I mean, this is a big revelation for a lot of you for some reason, but Spirit's got your back. You're being guided towards this. There's a reason why you stumbled across this today. The information is coming to you. You just got to take a deep breath. Somewhere deep down inside, you already know this. But you just needed a little bit of a wake-up call and said, it's being brought up to the surface of your mind, to the conscious, instead of the subconscious, letting you know, this is who you are. It's time to step into that. There's no need to be denying it anymore. There is no need to resist it, because resisting is not going to bring you where you want to be. You want to be in a more allowing state, a receptive state, in order to get to this. Because if your life has been chaotic, or you have been feeling a little bit left out in the cold, wondering what it is that you're supposed to do, who are you supposed to be, what are you supposed to... The answers are coming to you. So, let's see what parting messages Spirit has for you. Guides and spirits, what parting messages do we have for Virgo for this month? I'm hearing embrace who you really are. Oh, okay, we got 4. Spirit guide, freedom, trust, and friendship. Okay. This is a time where your spirit guides are going to be making themselves known to you. Today, it was Maiklejohn. He is part of your spiritual team. And other spiritual guides will be presenting themselves. Whether you're conscious of them or not, that's another thing. But you will always be able to hear them. And you will always be able to, if you pay attention, you will get the message that you're supposed to receive at the right time. They are there guiding you, either through visual cues, dropping hints, dropping books on your head. Different types of signposts for different kinds of people. Apparently, being a Taurus makes me a little too hard-headed at times, so they literally needed to drop a book on my head. For you, I hope it won't be as painful. It was a big book too, you know. That hurt. Anyways, so they're going to be making themselves known. They are definitely going to be dropping signs and hints. You're going to be getting downloads. You're probably going to be, you know, just getting different ideas in your head. Know that this is them. So you're going to be forming a more of a conscious relationship with them, because if you weren't conscious of them before, you definitely will be now. And you might have had a relationship with them while you were in dream state,
but now it's going to be also in the waking state. Know that stepping into who you are is definitely going to be freedom. It's going to really open up doors for you. Whereas before you felt trapped and you didn't know why opportunities would present themselves and then evaporate, or doors were simply not opening up to you. You know, there was a reason for it. They were literally trying to channel you into the right direction. So stepping in and really hearing the call and stepping into who you truly are is opening up that personal cage that you felt you were in, and opening up new doors of possibilities for you. Doors that you weren't even aware of. Like I said earlier, it'll feel like it's coming from left field. But it'll definitely be a step into freedom. By becoming who you're supposed to be and really accepting that and no longer fighting it. By stepping into it, you're definitely going to be bursting out of that cage that it was never really locked, but it wasn't everything that was not supposed to be for you was definitely a rejection for redirection and protection. They were literally trying to channel you towards where you needed to be. And sometimes, as humans, we are stubborn and we don't hear it. We don't listen, and we try absolutely over and over again things that are really not meant for us. Why do we do that? I don't know. Maybe there's this thought of not really ever quitting. We're not quitters, or, you know, sticking with things. But sometimes you gotta sort of step back and say, is this really for me? Is this really working? If not, it's time to let it go. It no longer serves. It might have served in the past, but it doesn't serve anymore. Time to step in to those healing shoes, everybody. Become the healer and the light worker that you're supposed to be, in whichever way that is supposed to be for you. You will know. Those particular interests that you have had probably are a big indication of what path that light work is supposed to be in and how it is supposed to be presented. That's a choice that will come to you when the time is right. You will know which path to take. Trust the process. Trust your guides. Sometimes it's hard to do, especially when it's a little bit scary. There's that fool energy of ready to take the leap into nothing. It's a leap of faith. It's true. It's a leap of faith. Take a deep breath and take the plunge. I know, scary, isn't it? Ooh. But they have your back. They have your back. Your spirit team has your back. You will have a good landing. Whoops. There we go. You will have a good landing. Trust in your spirit team. They have your back. Take that leap of faith. They are your friends. But also know that true friends will always stick with you, especially when you're doing something that's a little bit different, something that some others might think that it's out of the box. True friends will stick with you, and those are the ones that you can depend on, and those are the ones that they probably have some of the answers for you. Maybe they know someone. Maybe they can get you in touch with someone. Maybe they have seen in passing when they're driving to work a Reiki clinic that maybe you can go and approach. And if that's what you're being called to do, then you can go knock on the door and say, listen, I would like to learn. Are you teaching? If you're not teaching, who can I contact? Or I would like to get into a drumming circle in order to ground and center. And these new friends might lead you to the teacher that you're looking for. My point is that you have friends everywhere you go. Weed out the true ones. Those are the ones that are going to stick with you despite the fact that you're doing something that's completely different and out of the box. They're the ones that are going to be cheering you on. They're the ones that are going to probably give you some of the answers that you're seeking. Depend on them, and you'll be just fine. Depend on your spirit guides. Trust them. Free yourself by taking that leap of faith and become the healer that you're supposed to be. Become that beautiful light worker. Come and join the ranks. You're needed. Well, on that note, Virgo, that's all I have for you today. I hope you resonated with this reading. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell so you never miss anything. I will be having a new series coming up about spiritual practices. The first one is on manifestation by the moon phase. There's going to be a lot of interesting information there. If you have any ideas for further chats on spirituality, leave them down in the comments. If you have any questions or have any comments at all whatsoever, leave them down below. I will be happy to read them. I will do my best to answer them all. Yeah, I will see you in the next one. In the meantime, have a blessed April, and hope to see you in the next one. Blessed be.